This is Mars. Oh, this is Lotus.
Yeah, that's ours.
Bro. So,
3D printing by
Haley.
and Eli. Technology. Tinkercad and 3D printing.
The launchers that online Tinkercad drawing 3D objects Tinkercad.
Our challenge was to learn how to use three-dimensional models and make one using Tinkercad using the Dremel 3D printer. It's Dremel, not Dermal.
Autocorrect. Specific, I will use the Tinkercad to create a non-functional cannon in Stanley that is under 250 grams of filament by making the model in Tinkercad and then using 3D printing.
Measurable. I should have a non-functional cannon and a non-functional Stanley that has wheels and a main shaft and under 250 grams worth of filament.
Attainable. I will be able to complete my project because I have a Tinkercad to model our cannon in Stanley and the filament to print the 3D print Dremel to print.
We are creating this because we are both interested in models that were used in war, and I like she likes Stanleys, and I like how they use and how they work.
Yup, time based. We will reach our goal by finishing half of the model by day 1, finishing all of the model and Canon and Stanley on day 2, printing the model on day 3 using the 3D Dremel printer, and putting the pieces together by day 4 and completing finishing the project.
About our technology. Our technology is used every single day around the world. 3D printing is very helpful, especially when it comes to making models that can be used to show and explain how things work. 3D printing has rapidly developed in the last 5 years or so, and with that, companies are able to print bowls and cups in 6.5 minutes.
What, you guys you're drawing on it?
Yes. Wait. Wait.
Oh, we got it.
No, you went back.
Now you went back. Oh. Relate your launcher to the relate your launcher to the real world. We'll use a 3D modeling to make the 3D creation, then use it for the learning experiences. NASA, Boeing, and other aerospace and many big companies use modeling to model airplanes, rockets, and cars. Big companies also use this to test new products and making a product usable. This is our model that we use to make our 3D printing stuff, and this is our NASA modeling program.
Do you guys have a NASA modeling program?
We don't, we use one. Bro, I can't.
My bad, I can't.
Bro, I'm.
Here. Don't touch me.
Sorry, I thought I already got it.
What did we learn?
I learned how to move the model around.
I learned how to make holes in Tinkercad and make them work.
I learned how to make holes in the model.
I learned how to size things up and down.
I learned how to put shape on the models in Tinkercad.
I learned how to put my model into the 3D printer.
I learned how to put my model into the 3D printer also.
I learned how to 3D print.
I learned how to 3D print.
That sounds like a commercial. Use the arrow on the top right corner. Oh.
No, it didn't. Get over. Bro.
What problems did we have? I had a very hard problem with trying to make it the perfect circle shape, the size I wanted and where I wanted it. I solved this by talking to Ponzer and he showed me how to fix it. Today I made... Why do you have this on?
Go. Talk.
Today I made the stand for it, but it took me about 20 minutes. I had a huge problem sizing it right, but I got it eventually by messing with it enough. I read an article on new findings in 3D printing technology. I also read an article on 7 things new in 3D printing.
The wrong thing. I had a very hard problem when trying to make it a perfect circle. Shape the size. I wanted it in where I wanted it. I overcame it by watching a tutorial and getting up a sponsor. A challenge we had was scaling. I had it too big. I had to size it down. It was 5 inches, but we changed it to make it down to 3 inches for my cowboy boat.
They weren't working. I learned how to make the wheels and axle. You guys can.
Today I was looking for ideas. Today I was looking for ideas for my project, and I saw a girl who made a Stanley Cup. So I thought I would make a tiny one, like a keychain.
Yeah, I learned how to make holes in Tinkercad and make them work. I had a success putting my holes into my axle and making paints with them. I finished the wheels and fixed the proportions for them. I also found how to make the actual cannon area where you shoot the ball out of.
I learned how to make the shape I learned how to make the shape of my Stanley. I used the circle. I learned how to put a hole in the model, and I learned how to move our model around. I finished the Stanley Cup model. I put a hole in the Stanley on the top of the, you can see, and I had my final success in starting to put the model to the printer website. I learned what object-oriented was.
So what is object oriented?
A word.
It's actually gibberish. Today I learned how to group shapes and make them stay. I also learned how to measure the height, width, and length of shapes. I also learned that I will need a stand for the back of my cannon. I learned that if they are close on the screen, they will connect on the printer, like it will glue them together because they're not. Yeah. I also learned how to make my own shapes and then connect them, and I finished all of the cannon with the stand.
I learned that you can send it on computers and your project will show up. We also learned how to copy the link to the 3D website, and we learned how to work in 3D machine. I moved my Stanley to the website to print. I started printing the project today, and I took my my project out of the printer, and I took off the PLA, and I learned what a vector was. A vector is it's
I never
It's a
went
measure-
with vector graphics, so why'd you put this in there?
go
Don't say that word.
read.
Today I learned that anything can be 3D printed, even stuff like pasta and bread, using the dough form of it, and then it hardens like that. I also learned that 3D printing is older than the internet. The internet was made in 1889, and 3D printing was made in 1986. And I did not learn what computer vector graphics are, so I don't know why you put that in there.
Go keep reading your thing.
I also learned 3D printing was getting really fast. Today, recently a company printed a roll 6.5 minutes. I learned 7 cool things about 3D printing.
Today I learned that there are 100 millimeters in a meter. I learned how to move the project around on the 3D website. Monday I learned how to copy and paste the project from Thingiverse to the Tinkercad website. I finished my Stanley Cup. I made a hole in the top of my cowboy boot to put flowers in. I had my friend's success to start printing my cowboy boot.
I used 84 grams of filament, so my project came out to be $2.10.
I used 92 crayons of filament, so my project came out to $2.84 with the dollar sign at the end. It wasn't supposed to be there. It glitched. This is my 3D model of my cowboy boot, and that's what it came out to be. This is my 3D model of my Stanley, and that's how it came out to be.
This is my cannon. It wouldn't go together because for some reason it printed as an oval shape. Like I'm talking about this part right here. Even when I had it as a perfect sphere shape, and it would not go through the holes or that hole I had on the cannon. So, yippee-ki-yay.
Our challenge is to learn how to make a 3D model and to make one using Tinkercad.
Did we achieve our SMART goal? We partially did achieve our SMART goal.
Would you do this launcher again? Yes, we would. Tell me what you thought about this launcher. We thought it was fun and really cool that you can make something up from scratch and have it made into real life.
Success as we both had. She had a success by finishing her Stanley and making a cowboy boot. I had a success learning how, but never. Well, I finished my model. I just
Yeah.
together.
What was something new that you learned? How to 3D print.
How did you and your partner work together? We worked fine.
Okay. Tell me other details about your launcher. Oh,
I didn't make this one. That's all.
shut up, bro. You literally did nothing. What did you do? You did one slide.
It's 6.
You didn't even have
That's half
proportions
the
in there,
presentation.
Bailey.
Yes, we do.
And you have